1.9 million people here in the United States. Over 39% of those people are planning on leaving. And out of that number, you have to understand that that represents roughly 129 million Americans. Get this, guys, about 39% have relocated or plan to relocate or move in 2023, driven by affordability, jobs, and also safety concerns. Americans are craving more and more affordable living, affordable housing, lower property taxes, lower homeowners insurance, and also lower HOA fees. Gen Z, 28%, and baby boomers sitting at 18% would be willing to move to communities that share their same beliefs and values. Now, while everyone's worried about what's going on with Hamas, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, China, Putin, we can't ignore the real and present dangers that we're experiencing right here on U.S. soil. In fact, guys, while the Biden administration is touting how strong and powerful our economy is, what's rather interesting is how, get this, you see that? It says here, the nation's capital is struggling more than any other state in the country to recover from the pandemic job losses. Guys, Washington, D.C., the very place where President Biden is running the country from, the nation's capital is struggling more than any other state. Does President Biden have things under control, really? And how can they tout how powerful our economy is when the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., appears to be, at least according to the research here, worse off than pretty much any other state? So, by the way, guys, we are live. If you could drop a quick comment here, let me know if you're able to see and hear me okay. I hope that you guys had a wonderful Christmas yesterday. And also let me know where you guys are watching from. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you guys get some value out of what we talk about today. But yeah, guys, people are moving at an alarming rate, and they're moving. They're literally running, flocking away from some of the biggest cities in America. Some of the states that they're moving to may actually surprise you. So I can't wait to go into this. Now, get this, guys. Savings rates for Americans is falling, and a top economist is concerned, right? So the personal savings rate, how much people have to save as a percentage of their disposable income, was 3.9% in August, well below a decades-long average of 8.9%, according to the latest data from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. Now, this figure is even magnified worse if you happen to be on fixed income, like Social Security, SSI, SSDI. If you're retired or thinking about retirement, you're probably feeling the pinch a lot more than other people who are still actively in the workforce. And comment down below if this makes sense with you, if this resonates with you. Are you feeling the pinch, or are you among the minority of Americans that are actually doing much better off than the masses? Hit me up in the comments down below and let me know where you guys stand on this. But get this, people are literally flocking away from some of the cities that we've come to know and love. And some of the top cities that people are moving to may actually surprise you. Also, we've got almost 400 people in the live. If you could just do me a quick one and drop a like for the video if you appreciate the research and the time that goes into these videos. I totally would appreciate you guys. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to have you guys a part of our amazing, amazing community. And again, Merry Christmas to everyone. And Happy New Year coming up here. Hope you guys got some New Year's resolutions written down and some goals set for 2024. So, and if you do, make it real. Comment down below what is your number one goal that you wish to achieve, that you want to achieve, either for you or for your family going into 24. I would love to read through those comments and goals in the comments after this video. So, Killeen, Texas, a city of 154,000 residents in the United States, is the most affordable and surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, just so happens to be one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, in the state of Texas. Okay. Now, this is according to Go Banking Rates, which analyzed the 200 biggest cities by total population via the 2022 American Community Survey. In addition to this, get this, guys. In addition to Kylene, Lubbock, Texas. So two states or two cities within the state of Texas end up in the top five most moved to and most affordable cities in the United States. I don't think that that's a coincidence. I think this really shows how Americans are focused on affordable housing. You know, the economy is forcing a lot of people who may not necessarily have had to pay attention to the price of goods and services as closely over the years to now everyone's having to pay very, very close attention. I'm starting to see some of these New Year's resolutions coming in through here. I saw someone in here saying that their goal is to stop smoking. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for all the Merry Christmas wishes. You guys are absolutely amazing. Wow. Yeah. So that's what we're seeing here. People are moving from city to city, from state to state. Now, get this, guys. So in addition to Kylene, Texas, Lubbock, Texas was the second. Lubbock was the second Texas city in the top five, which also includes cities in South Dakota, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. Now, so out of Texas, South Dakota, and Tennessee, excuse me, Texas, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Oklahoma, have any of you guys considered moving to those states? I'm just curious to, how my audience compares to this statistic here, because it looks like these are the top states that people are actually strongly considering moving to. Many of the fastest growing cities on the list are actually in the South, even still. And we've seen a massive flock of people moving from all across the country into the state of Florida, and a lot of people who live in Florida now are wishing that people would stop moving to their state. This is literally a growing consensus. It's almost like, the Floridians who live in the state of Florida, literally, they only want tourists. They don't want anyone else moving to the state. And the general consensus that I see here is that most Floridians are realizing that the more people that want to move to Florida, the higher their cost of living is going to be. And again, if you're on a fixed income, if you happen to be a salaried worker and you don't have any way of increasing your income, you could find yourself in a bit of a pinch. And again, of course, the issue is magnified if you happen to be like low income and fixed income. Not a good sign. Like if you're making if you make $400,000 a year and that's your salary, you're probably doing okay, right? Right. But if you're on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, any kind of fixed income benefit, and you happen to be living in the state of Florida and you're seeing your cost of living rise almost hyperbolically, or parabolically, then you're like, please get the heck out of my state, because all of this demand is leading to higher real estate prices. Higher real estate prices drives up higher insurance costs because the cost to insure the property becomes much more expensive. Wow. Spokane, Brian Carroll, I see you there. Happy holidays, Kelly Murphy Collins, I see you. But higher demand drives up real estate prices. Higher real estate prices drives up insurance costs, because for the insurance company, whether it's Allstate Insurance or Travelers Insurance Company or even State Farm, I actually got a quote from State Farm in the mail not too long ago, and they actually gave me a pretty competitive rate. I need to actually call those guys back and see if they might actually be worth switching insurance companies. By the way, you guys ever shop around for insurance, or do you just have like one insurance company that you have forever? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been shopping around for new homeowners insurance rates and car insurance rates, and I had the same. I've been with the same company for like 8 years, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You need to really just check your insurance policies every single year and see if any other companies out there are maybe more competitive than who you have, because you could possibly save literally. I'm not even exaggerating. You might be able to save thousands of dollars every single year by simply switching insurance companies. And another thing that might make it even easier for you is if you have like an insurance broker. So I work with an insurance broker, And this is not a sponsored video, so don't worry about it, guys. This is like, I'm just letting you know what's up, right? So if you work with an insurance broker, they will typically work with like a lot of different insurance companies. So literally, I work with this one guy, and he has access to like 40 different insurance companies. So I'm like, hey, can you just shop around? Because I don't know if I have the best rate. So it's funny. I got a letter in the mail from a State Farm representative or agent that's like in the area. And that made me think, oh, wait, I need to call my guy and see if he can shop around for me. Lo and behold, he does business with State Farm too. So he can actually swap me over to another company if that happens to be beneficial for us. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap this up and just say, shop around, make sure you're not overpaying, because you might be wasting an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a year just by simply not having made a phone call that could take you 2 seconds. Also, if you own a home, make sure your home is protected. I'm gonna leave a link for your free home warranty quote in the description down below this video. We actually have the home warranty quote, and they've fixed so much stuff in our house, it don't even make sense. And a lot of that stuff would cost us a lot of money. In fact, for those of you guys who've been following the channel for a while, I told you guys how we had the freezer stopped making ice one day. The refrigerator stopped making ice one day. And lo and behold, it wasn't really just the refrigerator not making ice anymore. It was actually a symptom of a bigger problem. The bigger problem is that there was some component in the refrigerator, maybe it was the compressor or something like that, and it went out. That would have been like $1,000 or something like that. Anyway, the home warranty company sent some repair guy out to the house. He couldn't fix the refrigerator, so they ended up writing us a check, so we got a brand new refrigerator. So anyway, get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description down below. Send me a thank you card later. All right, so seriously, guys, but so literally people are moving left and right because of affordability. And we've never seen this rate of migration. No, I'm not talking about migration coming from the US-Mexico border. I'm talking about migration within the United States. Look at this here, guys. I got the list. I've got the fastest growing. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've got the fastest growing, most affordable cities here in the United States. So I'm just going to read to you guys the top 10 fastest growing, most affordable cities in the United States. And just let me know if you guys have thought about moving there, right? Now, one of the things that's really grabbed my eye is, get this, guys, Oklahoma City has the typical home value of only $194,000. Wow. Where can you go in the United States aside from Oklahoma City and get a home for $194,000? This is wild. All right, so top 10 fastest growing, most affordable cities that people are moving to in the United States right now. Killeen, Texas as number 1, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Clarksville, Tennessee, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Lubbock, Texas, Huntsville, Alabama, Kansas City is number 7, Greensboro, North Carolina is number 8, Gainesville, Florida, number 9, and Winston-Salem as number 10 in North Carolina. So basically you got Texas, South Dakota, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Alabama, Missouri, North Carolina, and Florida in the list where people are moving to. So yeah, this is what we're seeing, guys. And again, the Biden administration is touting how strong our economy is, yet there's a significant influx of people who are moving to these more affordable areas, clearly to save money for cost effectiveness. So why would that be if our economy is so strong? I mean, I guess it's not impossible to want to move to a more cost effective place if the economy is still strong, but you see where I'm going with this, right? So it's just a little bit interesting, right? So the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., guys, Washington, D.C., the nation's capital is the worst spot, lagging behind every state in the country in recovering those jobs that were lost during the first months of the pandemic. How many of you guys have struggled finding work I'm just wondering because I feel like, according to, I think Gerald Draper really kind of like hit it on the head in the comments. Gerald says, um, people are going to be voting with their feet. How many of you guys are planning on voting with your feet? I'm just curious. Um, but yeah, so the nation's capital is the worst spot in the United States. That's not a good look when you're approaching 2024 presidential elections, to be like the worst state in the whole country. Like, if you can't manage your own state, how do you manage the country? Like, that's not a good selling point if you're running for president. I'm just being devil's advocate. As of October 2023, Washington, D.C. had only recovered 64% of the jobs that it lost during March of April 2020. While, meanwhile, 41 states have recovered all of their losses, and some have even seen some employment surges in recent years. Hawaii, Rhode Island, Maryland, Vermont, Louisiana, New York, West Virginia, North Dakota, and Michigan also have not recovered all of their lost jobs due to the pandemic. So, yeah. So, and then you can see the map here, showing the share of the pandemic lost jobs that have and have not yet come back. So, yeah. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. I'm not at all making this stuff up. If you got, wow, we got almost 500 people. Oh, wow, we do have 500 people in here. If you guys, if you haven't already, please, consider dropping just a quick like for the video. Definitely helps out a lot. It only takes a second. It's totally free. And if you want to take it a step further, you can subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon so you don't miss out on my next live and video updates. But what are you guys seeing where you're at? I just want to just go in and just give a quick shout out to some of the people in the comments here. I got Karen M in the comments. What's going on? Silent Walk, Cheery Forever, DJ Nunn. We got Seabrun Tony. Let's see here. So Terrence says, from someone from inside the space, all ins companies have what they call the sweet spots, which can vary from company to company depending upon different variables. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So Taste, what is it? Taste NC says, I made the move from Denver, Colorado to Georgia a year ago and really like the state. Okay. Let's see. I got Retired Prepper 78 says, help from Texas. Okay. Frank Leisner says that he's going to be staying in Phoenix, Arizona. He loves the sun. How many of you guys would move to a warmer climate from where you're at? Comment down below. And how many of you guys would be willing to move to a colder climate? If we would rather move to a warmer climate, just type warmer. And if you would rather prefer to move to a colder climate, type in colder. I'm just wondering because Florida is still seeing a massive influx of people coming in. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people who live in Florida tell me, Ron, tell people to stop moving to Florida. Just kind of wild. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas yesterday. We definitely enjoyed our Christmas. Lots of family festivities, good food, laughter, gifts being exchanged. It was just a wonderful time. So anyway, I hope you did too. Thank you for the Merry Christmas wishes. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe. Take care.